Skittles is tired. Skittles is tired. And so am I. So am I. Hi there. It's the original Hungry Nuts here. How are you doing? It's been very, very hot today, is it? Been very hot. Look at the state of my hair. I was going to get it shaved. I thought about getting it shaved at the sides and just leaving the top, and then spiking it up at the front. I might do that yet, but anyway, what am I up to? Well, David came up today and he come up with more hair dye for us. He didn't stay very long because he thought I was going to go out with him and have a drink, and I says I'm not going out to any pubs drinking because it's just too hot, and I'm not really wanting a drink because I've not been feeling very well. Right, this video, what's it about? Well, firstly, I've made myself a cup of coffee. A wee story for you. Now, if you've looked at any of my videos, you'll know that I was a carer for my mum and dad, and both of them passed away. My dad died in 2008, my mum died in 2013. I did have a big brother called Callum, my older brother. He died in 1995 with lymphoma, which is cancer. And did have 3 older sisters. Now, when it says I did have, the oldest one I haven't heard for probably about 30 years, and mum and dad never heard for her. She was called Sandra. I don't know if she's still alive. And she wasn't at any of the funerals or that. My other sister, one of my other sisters, because I'm the youngest, the next youngest to me is Irene. She's older than me because I'm the youngest. And Irene stays in Australia, in Victoria. And then there's the middle one, older sister, Anne. Now, back in 2018, round about, see, they were all older than me and they didn't really speak to me. There was a lot of jealousy in that, because I was always with my mum and dad and everything, and they all left home when I was about 6-year-old at the most. I must have been about 6-year-old when they all left home, so I sort of grew up like an only child, if you know what I mean, I stayed at home with my mum and dad for a while. But yeah, I was awfully close with my mum and dad, and my mum and dad spoilt me, because all the rest of the family, the older ones, were all sort of around about the same age, like 1 year of a difference in that. Whereas there was a big gap when I came along, So, yeah, you know what I mean. There was a big gap with me and my older family. But in 2018, I decided I was sitting on the computer, it was 2018 it was, wait until this chime goes, my mum's clock here chiming, and I'll carry on talking, okay? Right, it's 10 o'clock at night. I thought I'd just come on and have a wee chat. In 2018, I thought I'm going to try and speak to my sister Anne, the middle one, not Sandra, the oldest one, Anne, the second oldest in my family, who stayed in Dundee. She was the only sister that stayed in Dundee. So I typed her name in on the computer, her full name, and what came up was the Dundee newspaper, the Courier, and it had her name, and it was a death. It was a death. And this was in September 2018. And I'm like, that can't be my sister. Surely that can't be my sister. But the more I read it, it mentioned her son's names. One of her sons had died, and it mentioned her husband. And I was like, I was shocked because I read it on the internet and nobody told us that she died. Nobody told us that my big sister Anne had died. And that was in September 2018. And she had died in June. She had died in June that year. But nobody told me. And I thought my sister in Australia at least would have told us or that, but they never told me. Now, to make matters worse, good few years later, I sort of knew anyway what I'm about to say. I sort of knew about my sister in Australia and her husband. They'd come home for my sister Anne's funeral. And they never told me, they never chat my door or anything all the time they were home. And yet my sister got cremated at the crematorium, which is 5 minutes from my house. And they never told me, and they come all the way home. But I had a feeling they did, you know, but I actually found out the night for sure, you know, that they had came home. So I'll not say how I found out, but I did find out they were home for my sister Anne's funeral. And it sort of really upset me, you know. But I knew they did actually, but it was just getting confirmation, if you know what I mean, you know, did that make sense? So, yeah, so I don't know if my sister in Australia is still alive because she was telling me that she had cancer. She told me she was dying with cancer. And she never ever kept in touch. And I never kept in touch with her because I knew that they had been home, you know, and they never told me about my other sister dying and dying. Does that make sense? I've been gibbering quite a bit. So I've been upset about it a wee bit there, Ken. So I just thought I'd mention that because I know that their family watches my videos. Because I had posted something to one of my sister's sons who's on YouTube and he never got back to me. And I went, hello, it's your Uncle Murdo here, and he never wrote back to us or anything on YouTube. So I know that he probably checks out these videos. But Ken, what a bastard there. No telling us that my sister died. Would they like that if it was their brother and nobody telling them that their brother or sister had died? I didn't think they would they? So anyway, I'll get going just now. I just thought I'd mention that. We're rotten bastards, eh? Absolutely rotten bastards to do that to us, I think. So I'm going to get going. Have a nice night. I'll see you later on. I've got my coffee here. I'm going to go to bed very soon. Sorry for swearing. I'm just a bit upset. I'll see you later. Thank you if you're subscribed to the Hungry Nuts channel. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now. Take care. What goes around comes around. I've always said that. I've always said what goes around comes around. So there you go. Bye for now.